You're listening to Systemic Error Podcast. The failure was designed.
The hidden trap inside Trump's latest attack on Canada that could backfire, based on an article by Sabrina Hawk. Trump wants to sue the win. The setup. Trump has taken a climate disaster and tried to turn it into a border grievance, claiming Canadian wildfire smoke is an invasion and threatening tariffs. Republican allies then escalated the nonsense with emergency declarations, visa threats, and even talk of unilateral military crossing to do logging and fire suppression in Canada. Power, not whether. The point is not that Trump is confused. He is using the machinery of federal power to assign blame upward and outward, away from the actual source of the crisis. He controls the executive branch, and he is using it to perform dominance. Punish Canada, flatter fossil fuel interests, and dress climate breakdown up as foreign aggression. That is the core move. When a president blames another country for smoke drifting across a border, he is not describing reality. He is laundering responsibility. The misdirection is the message. The article's sharpest detail is the accidental confession baked into Trump's complaint. By demanding damages from Canada, he validates the same legal logic behind climate accountability suits against major fossil fuel companies and, by extension, the countries that have emitted the most greenhouse gases. The sources right to notice that irony. Trump's frame tries to turn atmospheric consequence into international misconduct. But wildfire smoke is not an act of Canadian sabotage. It is a symptom of a warming planet, and the United States is not a bystander. The source notes that the U.S. has directly caused over $10 trillion in climate damages globally since 1990. That is the scale of the political crime this spectacle is designed to hide. Republicans as enforcers. The most revealing part of the story is how quickly Republican figures translated Trump's idiocy into policy theater. Bernie Morneau, Lisa McClain, and others did not merely repeat the line. They made it more punitive, more juvenile, and more authoritarian. That is how this faction operates. The boss invents the lie, the bench supplies the cruelty. Threatening a sovereign ally over smoke drifting in the air is not environmental policy. It is obedience training. It shows a party that can be mobilized against facts faster than it can be mobilized for public safety. Democrats are not off the hook. The source also notes something more embarrassing. No elected Democrat has reportedly accused Trump of causing the Canadian wildfires through climate inaction. That silence matters. If Republicans can turn climate collapse into a blame campaign against Canada, Democrats should be naming the actual source of the damage: fossil fuel power, deregulation, and the political class that keeps treating emissions as an abstract debate instead of a material assault. Democrats do not need to mirror Republican spectacle. They do need to stop acting as if understatement is a substitute for confrontation. The pattern. This is the modern conservative method in miniature: deny the cause, monetize the damage, punish the wrong target, and call it leadership. Trump's attack on Canada is not a sideshow. It is a template for how authoritarian politics handles reality that cannot be fully denied. It never admits responsibility. It always seeks a scapegoat. And when the air itself becomes evidence, the lie has to become bigger than the sky. You've been listening to Systemic Error. Thanks to AlterNet for today's article, with the automated voice of Marcus. Thanks for listening.